Well, I don't have anything specific or in particular that I'm wanting to do today, but I just got off work and I'm off work till Tuesday. So I'm going to take that there golf cart, load it down with a bunch of stuff that cuts wood, and go find some things that need trimming. There's always something to do when you own 5 acres of property. Never ends. That's not a complaint. I love it out here. Don't get me wrong. I just bought this fancy little microphone thing that I got clipped to my hat. I have no idea how long the battery lasts, but I'm gonna just leave it turned on and keep using it. And if for some reason it cuts out, I hope I'll be able to figure it out in time to fix it. I honestly don't care. I got a bunch of stuff I got to cut down. Y'all don't want to hear me talk anyway. You just want to see, you know, stuff. Y'all probably don't even want to see stuff, but I'm gonna show you anyway. Get used to it. The thing with me and trimming trees is I just start cutting shit indiscriminately. I don't know if it's going to look good. I don't know if it's good for the tree or not. I should probably look that up. I should probably try and figure out how to cut trees that is going to be good for the tree itself. That was a little close for comfort. One of these days, I'm going to hurt myself. Some George of the Jungle type shit right there. Oh! I'll come pick all this up with the tractor here in a little bit. Break out the weed eater that is once again a weed eater. I'm gonna go mix up some glyphosate spray here soon and just spray down all these fence lines. I need to empty it out because it's got some really old material in there. I don't know how long that stuff stays, but I need to mix up a new batch, spray all this crap. Random interjection into the wood cutting here. Mark here has joined us with the Sandhill crane that we rescued like a month, 2 ago. How long's he been there?
Yeah, I think
been a month or two. Yeah. So we're gonna get him unloaded here and send him back out into the field. You need any help carrying it, or?
No, I can get it.
I'd be more than happy to help you.
I got it.
All right.
It's light. He's light.
I just don't want to get in your way more than anything.
No worries.
How exciting. Hopefully all his buddies have not flown away. Don't they normally travel in like families and stuff?
Yeah, they do.
There are normally 3 or 4 of them that are out here, but I hadn't seen them in a little bit. But this is roundabout where they normally hang out, back out in this field. So we're just gonna let him out and do his thing. So what was wrong with him? Just a hip issue?
Yeah. I know they treated him for a leg injury, but that's as far as my
I got you.
knowledge
Yeah,
goes.
no, I got you. Let him be. A little bit of a hobble, but as long as he can fly, he'll be fine out here.
Right.
Yeah, there's bobcats and coyotes and stuff out here. So,
Yeah.
you know, when I saw him limping
around,
exactly, I saw him limping around, and he was letting me get like this close to him as I am to you right now, and I was like, that's not natural.
Nope.
You know. All right, sweet. Well, I'm really glad that you showed up when you did, because I was out here and I'd emailed him once or twice to see if they'd tell me when he was going to come back out here.
Yeah.
And nobody had ever said anything to me yet, but I was really hoping that when he came back out here, I'd get to see it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that worked out perfect.
Yeah, man.
Florida.
Wildlife Center of Southwest Florida. I'm sure y'all take donations and everything, so go donate to the cause. Called them, they came out here within 30 minutes and had him picked up, got him trapped, took care of him, and now he's back out here. Hopefully he'll be good. All right, sweet. That's awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
The return of the Sandhill crane. Right now he's just chilling. He is just he's over here up under the tree catching some shade. I don't know if you can see him. We're gonna let Mr. Sandhill crane do his thing over there. We're not gonna approach him. We're just gonna let him get back to business. So Mark was telling me that they will actually call out to one another. So like the family that he used to run with out here, because there was usually like 3 or 4 of them before he got hurt. And they'll leave, if there's a member that can't fly and escape predators, they'll leave. But if they come back to the area, that's why they release them in the same area. They'll actually, call out to each other in the night or during the day and, you know, if they're still in this general vicinity, they'll come back and meet up and they'll all be happy family again. So that's pretty chill. I'm so happy that I was out here when he showed up. So good ending to that saga. And if anything else happens, I'll keep you updated. All right, we're gonna get back to some wood cutting and property maintenance, but I'll probably make a short video out of that one. This one's probably gonna be a YouTube video just because I'm doing so much random crap and talking so much. But man, that's got me giddy that I really wanted to be out here when they brought him back, and I'm so happy that he pulled up while I was out here, just timing lined up. That's super cool, and I can see him just walking the fence line over there in the shade. And I'll be keeping an eye out for the next 2 or 3 days, just to make sure that his family comes back and everything's good to go with him. So that's pretty awesome. Macy's been bugging me to get some of these limbs that have been hanging down in the creek here. It doesn't really affect much, but it doesn't look good for one thing. And then some of the foliage from the creek beds climbing up and growing into what's in the tree, and it's really not good for the tree at that point. So I'm gonna try and cut some of this back pretty good. Might have a hard time reaching a little bit of it, but I'll tell you what, this Walt electric pole saw, this thing does wonders for me out here. Historically, I've been pretty reliant on 2-stroke gas-powered small engine tools, and I really like working on them, stuff like that. But you get a lot of good torque with these things, and the batteries, you just change them out, recharge them. It's cheaper than having to mix 50 to 1, and I'm rambling. I'm gonna get to cutting stuff. No, I'm not. Too tall. But you know what I got? I got a tractor. Time to do some sketchy shit. Do-da, do-da. Hope I get away with it. Do-da-do-da-day. Do-da-do-da-day. So close. A little bit closer. I just don't want to hit the tractor with it when it falls. You know what? I'm going to close that claw and climb on the bar. Time to do some sketchy shit again. Do-da, do-da. Hope I get away with it and nobody sues me or something. Nobody show this to my life insurance. I just realized you can't even see me over here. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna adjust this camera a little bit. And I'm gonna cut a little bit off the bottom before I take the full thing down. I wanted to do it all at once, that way I could just drag it out of here with the tractor, but I think it's gonna kick back on me too good. And now to do the sketchy stuff. Beautimus. Just how I drew it up. Just how I drew it up. Not a step, but did you think that maybe it was a step? Why would I not have pulled up closer? Oh, God bless America. Try number 2. I'll never buy another one of these easy start stills again. This chain is about as dull as a chain could be, but my uncle has my other chainsaw and my chainsaw sharpeners. I've only made it about halfway through this tree. I've been cutting for about 45 seconds. It is throwing sawdust rather than chips, and it is smoking like a son of a gun, but it's throwing oil. I probably just have to get a new chain to put on it anyway after this, because I'm gonna tear it up doing this here. That's okay though. This is my like all-purpose chainsaw. It's not my real good one, so whatever. Son of a gun, this thing's cutting so slow, the tree log, or the branch just split in half on me. Now it's gonna be hard to cut. Oh, I gotta get those sharpeners back or get a new blade on this thing. There she blows. All right, this chain is probably 1,000 degrees right now. So I'm gonna leave this up here and I'm gonna climb down. Macy and the dogs have joined me. Look, Carrot Jean, don't lick that, that's hot. Look, Carrot Jean. All right, that'll have to be enough for now. I'm not gonna get that fire started, and I'm gonna have to wait till I get a new blade on that chainsaw or get my files back. I might just go buy some new files. I think that I probably tore that blade up just now running it that hard, but I might be able to get a good edge on that blade. I don't know how long it'll last, so I'll probably need to get a new one anyway. Got to cut up those big ones, piled up the small stuff already. Now I'm gonna take the trailer up front and get that stuff that we cut earlier. Do a little hand picking over here. Throw it on the trailer. No sense in wasting diesel. Move such tiny limbs. And honestly, using that tractor to move stuff this small can sometimes be more annoying than just picking it up and throwing it on here with your hands. I say as it gets caught on my glove when I throw it. For the big stuff, tractor's 10 times easier. But this little stuff, this is how I grew up doing it. It's good enough for Terry, it's good enough for me. Terry's my dad. I'm gonna lock this gate open so I can go ahead and get these lambs without having to open it every time. This is one of the first things I installed when we moved in here, because this was the only piece of the property that wasn't fenced in, this little 40-foot section right here. So I built a fence here and installed this gate. And after 2 or 3 months of us having to get out to open the gate after every time we drove down here, I was like, screw that, I'm buying a gate opener. I bought that gate opener and installed it out here. And there's a second power pole on my property over here that I feed it off of. Funny story about that, the day I installed it, we got finished, my mom was helping me, we got finished maybe 6 or 7 p.m. at night installing the thing. I was all jazzed up about it, had to go to work, had to be at work at 6 a.m. Had to leave here at like 5:15 in the morning. So there's a bad storm that night. And you know, there's thunder popping off, lightning cracking everywhere. I don't think nothing of it. But anyway, the next morning I get up, start to go to work, come out here, start clicking the thing, damn gate opener ain't working. Me having to leave, have about 20 seconds to try and figure out what was wrong with it. I ended up taking the little cover off the control panel box, and the thing has been fried by a lightning strike. And I'm not talking a few days, I'm not talking a week, I'm talking about less than 12 hours after I installed the thing. I was super excited to use it. Lightning takes it out and it's not working anymore. So anyway, the control board was fried. So I contacted Ghost Controls, because there's a manufacturer, and was like, hey, you know, this was less than 12 hours after I installed it. So I was like, you know, can you help a brother out? Barely had the thing for 12 hours, already got fried by lightning. And they were like, no dice, Kimosabe. So I had to pay $140 to get a new one of these control boards right here. Take it out of the old one, all the rest of the stuff is still original. Had to replace this, and hadn't been a problem since then. I actually grounded the DC connection here, that way it's got equipotential, because I imagine it being a little bit higher than the ground was a potential reason for lightning to strike it. You know, there's differences in potential when you have different heights. But yeah, that was a pain in the ass, having to pay $140 the day after. That really pissed me off. Yeah, when I came out here that morning to open this thing and it didn't open, pretty sure I still got pictures of that fried control board. I'll put it in here. I was like, come on, act the god. There's nothing I could have done about it. I installed it all correctly. What do you want from me? And they were like, nope, you got to pay for the new one plus shipping. All right, shit. They kind of had me by the balls on that one. I had a nice decorative $600 piece of machinery on my gate that wouldn't work without that $140 control board. Would have been cool if they'd have sent me a new one. But I understand capitalism, whatever, you got to make a dollar. Those things cost money to produce, so whatever. Bygones be bygones. The thing has worked great since then. Can't say a bad thing about it other than the, you know, little bit of missed expectations on customer service in the beginning. Now unloading this stuff from the trailer, that's a different story. Loading it by hand, way easier than picking up little pieces. Once you got the little pieces on there with this grapple, you just whoop, right on the fire. It's real nice. All right, that's like 2 hours worth of outside work done. Feels like 5 because it's 95 degrees out here. It's actually not that hot out here compared to how it has been. I take that back. It's hot, but it's not as humid as how it has been. Oh, look. Oh, thanks, Cease. Just peeing in my YouTube video. And Brown being spooky, gotta run away. They're very scared of the golf cart. Look at them jackasses. But now I'm on the golf cart, just riding around, gonna do a little property inspection. I should get the sprayer out and spray all these fence lines. Damn it, I convinced myself. I'm gonna get the sprayer out and spray all these fence lines. Christ almighty. Here's my setup. I don't know how many gallons this is. I think it's a 15-gallon tank. It's already got a bunch of stuff in it. I'm gonna throw a little bit more 53% glyphosate and some 2,4-diamine in there. And it's already got some sticker spreader in there, otherwise known as surfactant. Most people just use like Dawn dish soap or something. I'm not gonna put a ton in there. And then I'll go top it off with some water. Should I be wearing gloves while doing this? Maybe. Am I? Absolutely not. This is redneck engineering. I guess this doesn't have anything to do with engineering. This is redneck property maintenance. Fortunately for me, the magneto, which essentially functions like an alternator. I'm not sure if I'm actually calling that part the right thing, but the thing that puts out current on this so your battery don't die when you're running it, so you'll have it to start it next time, works pretty well on this four-wheeler, so I use it to charge the pump on here, or to, I guess, prime the pump on here. It doesn't really have to charge. And then I gotta strap this thing on. Sprayer's working good. All right, now I gotta get the four-wheeler key. That's a pretty main component of this. Oh, hey boys. They've come to see how I'm doing. They're very afraid of me. I do not know why. I cannot get them to love me. They don't like Macy either. All right, she ain't gonna be able to hear me. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see much of anything either. I don't know how I'm gonna mount the GoPro on here. Probably just like clamp it to the four-wheeler handle or something. But yeah, I'm gonna put you on time lapse and go around spraying stuff. Mr. Turtle, out here to visit. We get a ton of turtles, rabbits, birds, all sorts of stuff out here on this property. Bobcats, coyotes. But yeah, I mean, we see turtles out here. They lay their eggs. This looks like, I can't tell what kind of turtle it is. Macy would be able to tell me. She knows all about wildlife and stuff. I'm not so good with it. But anywho. Well, my sprayer quit working randomly, so I'm gonna try and fix it real quick. There's two things that normally go wrong with it. One, the diaphragm in the pump, or the diaphragm in the handle get blocked up for some reason. So I'm gonna see if I can get it working again, because I had a little bit more left to spray. Based on the amount of back pressure coming out of this handle, I think this thing was stuck shut. So I'm gonna see if I can take this off, reset it. Probably should have some gloves on, but I don't. I really just need to buy a new handle for this thing. Now when I plug it back in, if the pump primes, then it should be good to go. Alright, we're back in business. It was just the diaphragm on the handle stuck. So alright, let's go finish. Well, it wasn't the most successful spraying I've ever done, but it wasn't the least successful either. Only got it in my eyes like 1 or 2 times, you know? So, sprayer nozzle jammed up again. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I got a new pump to put on that thing too, and I probably need to replace the battery in the four-wheeler because it's not holding the charge real well. I have to plug it in every time or else it won't crank over. But got the spraying done. We'll see if there's anything else I need to get done today. All living on 5 acres worth of property is doing 2 to 3 hours worth of work whenever you get an opportunity to do it in perpetuity. It never ends. There's always something to do, especially during the summer when it's raining and it's sunny. Everything's just growing like a weed. But you know, it's pretty fulfilling to look out and see things taken care of. I want to take a little bit better care of it once we get the house finished. I have a little bit more time on my hands, do some actual landscaping out here, you know, plant some trees, get something nice going, plant some bushes around. We'll see what happens. All right, that's all I'm gonna do today. Macy wants to go get something for dinner. Draco, Macy's sister's fiance, is gonna come. That just happened. He just got promoted to fiance-in-law like a month ago, maybe less. He's gonna come stay with us this weekend, help me do some work on the property. We're gonna get the rest of them ceiling boards hung up in the bedroom. Probably do some stuff around here, get the rest of them trees cut up. I'll go get some chains for the chainsaw. We'll burn all that stuff this weekend. Yeah, it was a good day. Good work day, good 3 or 4 hours after work doing stuff. Glad they got that Sandhill crane brought back. That was really cool to get to see. I was really glad I was out here when they brought him back. He looked like he was in really good shape. So yeah, everybody be good. See you next time.